Meet Adrina. She's 21, self-sufficient, and well-spoken. But there's more to Adrina that meets the eyes. Despite her appearance, she was born a man. She adapted womanhood at 14, a situation subjecting her to ridicule at her Catholic high school in North Bay, Ontario. She moved to Toronto to complete her transition into a woman. And for Adrina, that includes surgically removing her genitals. It's a dream she once considered financially impossible, but that may no longer be the case. The Ontario government has announced a plan to relist funding for sex reassignment surgery.
My initial reaction is that I was extremely happy. A big burden has been lifted off of me.
The announcement comes 10 years after Ontario's previous Conservative government stopped paying for the procedure. Approximately 8 to 10 people will qualify for the surgery each year, pending approval from the Gender Identity Clinic at the Centre for Addiction and Mental Health in Toronto. Ontario's Health Minister, George Smitherman, announced the plan last month.
This announcement on the part of our government will allow a very small number of Ontarians to receive services that the medical community would conclude they need.
The health minister says Ontario will invest roughly $200,000 to fund sex reassignment surgeries.
I hope that and expect that people will see this as a sign of substantial progress. What I do know for sure is that this is a community whose needs are very unique.
Trans activist Susan Gapka has spent years building bridges between transsexuals and politicians. Though she's skeptical about how the province will package SRS funding, she's happy with the minister's announcement.
This is the strongest signal from this government that there's a trans-specific policy that they want to bring forward. So that's we feel like it's sort of broken through some sort of boundary, wall of some sort that we've been unable to penetrate previously.
The only provinces that fund sex reassignment surgery are British Columbia and Alberta. While it's still unclear as to what procedures Ontario will pay for, the issue has raised an even greater debate, whether we should pay for this or not, versus one's right to change their body.
That's a choice that they're making to go and have that operation done or the surgery done. I'd rather see all that funding go in towards hospital beds and other things that speed up time when you're in the hospital.
It's really important that you can be and look how you feel on the inside as well as the outside. But at the same time, too, I don't think every off-the-street tranny can just walk in and say, like, hey, I think I want to be a guy today, you know, or a girl, or however that works.
I think that everybody that feels they need sex reassignment surgery should have the opportunity to go through the process, to live their lives in the gender that they consider themselves to be, and ultimately choose for themselves whether or not they're going to go through with sex reassignment surgery. But for some reason, people view the medical procedure known as sex reassignment surgery as being cosmetic.
Toronto-based transsexual Nina Arsenault encourages people to keep an open mind when understanding the needs of transsexual people.
I would encourage anyone who's watching this to just think for a few moments about what it would be like if you woke up tomorrow and you were in the wrong body, if you were in the body of the wrong gender, just how traumatizing that might be for you. If you spend a moment thinking about that, you will know that this is a medical necessity.
While Arsenault admits sex reassignment surgery isn't a priority for all transsexuals, she says it's important that the surgery is at least available. Otherwise, those who want it will find it elsewhere.
I definitely know transsexuals who hate that part of themselves. They feel like it's a part of them that they should never have been born with. And it causes them an incredible amount of strife and anxiety. Sex reassignment surgery is so important to some transsexuals. In many cases, they'll go elsewhere for it, to places that don't have the same medical standards of care that we do in Canada. And I think that is a real tragedy that the Canadian government would let transsexual people go to somewhere else that has a lower standard of care, of health care, because we can't take care of our own. That breaks my heart.
The minister will announce a start date for the surgeries in a few weeks. For transsexuals like Adrina, it is a sigh of relief.
To feel whole with yourself shouldn't cost you anything. Looking down and being disgusted with myself is not a life that I want to be leading. And if one day I wake up in a hospital bed happy, who cares, you know? It's my body.
For now, all she can do is wait. For xtra.ca, I'm Micheal Pihach.